This is a practice exercise from page 86 in the textbook, calculating a mass percent or percentage by mass of an element in a compound. When you think about doing these types of problems, you can think of a mass percent as the mass of the part that we care about, in this case nitrogen, over the mass of the whole times 100 to make it a percentage. So from previous problems, we already calculated the molar mass of this, but you can look at the periodic table just to double check. We're going to need the mass of calcium, of nitrogen, and of oxygen. And remember that when we do these calculations, we round to 1 decimal place. So calcium, we're going to use as 40.1 atomic mass units, or grams per mole, doesn't really matter, as long as you use the same unit for all of them. Nitrogen is going to be 14.0 atomic mass units, or grams per mole, however you want to do it, and oxygen is going to be 16.0 atomic mass units, or grams per mole. So if I look back up at this calculation, find the mass percent of nitrogen. The mass of the part that I care about is the mass of the nitrogen, and the mass of the whole is the mass of the whole thing. So I'm going to set this up as mass nitrogen over mass calcium nitrate and again multiplying that by 100 to make it a percentage. So in this case, I should know that the mass of the nitrogen is 14.1 atomic mass units, but if you look very carefully at this formula, I actually have 2 nitrogens because that subscript 2 distributes to the nitrogen and to those 3 oxygen atoms here. So for the mass of the nitrogen, I've got 2 times the 14.0 atomic mass units. And for the mass of the calcium nitrate, we calculated this previously. It's 164.1 atomic mass units. Again, that's the mass of 1 calcium added to the mass of 2 nitrogens added to the mass of 6 oxygens. We need to multiply this by 100 to make it a percent. And we should get 3 significant figures here. So 17.1% nitrogen by mass. Now we could do this calculation for any element in this compound. We could do the percent by mass of the calcium or the percent by mass of the oxygen. If you do the calculations for all 3, the percent by mass of calcium, percent by mass nitrogen, percent by mass oxygen, they should add up to 100. This way you know that you've done it correctly. So again, this is a mass percent or percentage by mass for a specific element within a compound. You can use units of atomic mass units or grams per mole.